While there are many reasons for it, here are my top 2 for why Matterporting is better than teleporting. Number 1, of course, is the sheer level of precision required for teleporting has to be nothing short of perfection. Both the deconstruction and reconstruction engines have to be perfectly in sync, and any bug in the tech on either end will theoretically lead to serious injury, or even worse. Number 2, and probably the most obvious, all studies show that teleporting is simply impossible. With Matterport, however, you get even better results. The power of teleporting at your fingertips and in your pocket without disrupting your day. And that's exactly the point. You shouldn't have to commute or even teleport to an apartment you're thinking about buying or renting, or to that job site where you forgot to get a couple measurements from the room in the back, or to any location around the world you may need to get trained up on. And the best part is your ability to Matterport back in time. The benefits are actually better than teleporting since you already get all the measurements you need without pulling your measuring tape out once. And as opposed to teleporting, with Matterporting the built world comes to you. Anthony Carino is an influencer, designer, and contractor who is constantly Matterporting every one of his project sites to his home office so that he can continue working without skipping a beat. And here's what he has to say about Matterporting.
So from a workflow perspective, even as early as a couple years ago, I would sometimes bring my Matterport. I was more focused on it like to capture the end of the job and all the pretty things. But the more I have looked into the system, and the more I've worked with it, and the more I've seen, as I was talking about the iterations in technology that you guys keep advancing, it's now an indispensable tool. I bring it literally everywhere with me. So from a first visit where I scan existing conditions that then translate into me never needing to go back to that site while I'm in my design process. I missed a measurement on a window. A subcontractor who's bidding has some obscure question that I don't get in the car. I don't care if it's 15 minutes or an hour. You lose so much time, you take yourself out of your creative process, you're away from the creation part of your job. So the way I work now, I design and chief architect. I don't care if it's AutoCAD, Revit, whatever it is, but I've got my chief architect on my main screen, and I've got my Matterport model of existing conditions on my second screen, and it allows me to reference anything I need in real time. So I'm jamming creatively. I've got all these great ideas for this restaurant space, whatever the condo, whatever it may be, and I'm missing a little piece of data. Gone are the days that I leave my desk. Shift screens, check it out, right back into that workflow.
Remember, any property is much more than just a few hundred photos or 360 panos, and it's more than just a point cloud or a mesh. I'm not going to be cliche and tell you that it's somehow more than the sum of its parts, but it is in fact the sum of its parts, which means you need all the parts. It's the combination of everything about that property that allows you to experience it as though you were actually there, just like with teleporting, only possible.